Every single one of us was born with something special, a spark, a light, a power that was never meant to stay hidden. But somewhere along the way, life tries to convince us that we're ordinary. It tells us to settle, to play it safe, to stay comfortable. But deep down, you know you're meant for more. You can feel it, that whisper that says, there's something greater inside me waiting to be unleashed. Greatness isn't about fame, fortune, or titles. It's about becoming the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. It's about refusing to let fear dictate your path. Every challenge, every failure, every setback, they are not signs to stop. They are signals to rise higher. When you fall, remember, the ground you hit is just the foundation for your comeback. Your scars are proof that you were tested and you did not quit. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for permission. The greatness within you doesn't wake up when the world believes in you. It wakes up the moment you start believing in yourself. Today, make that choice, push past doubt, embrace the grind, rewrite your story because your future self is waiting and it's time to meet them. You are stronger than your excuses. You are greater than your fears. You are capable of more than you can imagine. Wake up the greatness within and let the world feel your power. Believing in your inner power is the first and most important step toward awakening the greatness within. Everything begins in the mind. The way you see yourself determines the limits you set for your life. If you constantly doubt your abilities, if you keep telling yourself you are not good enough, you will start living according to that lie. But when you choose to believe that you have something powerful inside you, when you decide that you are capable, strong, and worthy, everything begins to change. This belief isn't arrogance, it's awareness, it's understanding that you were created with potential, with dreams for a reason. Every talent, every idea, every ounce of determination you have was placed inside you for a purpose. But too often, people bury their own power beneath fear, comparison, and the opinions of others. They wait for someone to validate their worth. The truth is, no one else can give you the belief you need. It must come from within. Belief is a decision, not a feeling. You won't always feel confident. You won't always feel ready. But belief says, even though I'm scared, I'm still capable. Even though I've failed before, I still have more in me. That is where transformation begins. In the moment you choose faith over fear, when you believe in yourself, your energy shifts. You stop chasing other people's approval and start focusing on your purpose. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Your belief becomes the fuel that drives your effort, and your effort turns that belief into reality. It's not about pretending to be fearless. It's about refusing to let fear control you. No one is born great. They become great because they believe they can. Every champion, every leader, every success story started with a single decision, the decision to trust in their own power. You may not have control over your circumstances, but you always have control over your mindset. The moment you believe that what's inside you is stronger than what's against you, you've already begun to awaken your greatness. Life will not always go as planned. There will be moments when everything seems to fall apart, when your effort feels wasted, when your dreams seem too far away, and when your strength feels like it's slipping away. But these are the moments that define you. Rising after every fall is not just about endurance. It's about transformation. It's about choosing to stand back up when everything around you is pushing you to stay down. Every fall has a purpose. Every setback carries a lesson. And every time you rise again, you come back stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than before. Failure is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are trying, that you are daring to move beyond comfort. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has fallen many times. The difference is they didn't let the fall define them. They used it as a stepping stone. The world remembers their victories, but those victories were built on a mountain of mistakes, pain, and perseverance. Falling teaches you what success never can. It reveals your character. It tests your will. It strips away ego and forces you to rebuild with strength that no one can take from you. When you fall, it's easy to think that you've failed completely. But the truth is, falling doesn't end your journey. It refines it. It redirects you. Sometimes, what feels like the end is actually the beginning of something greater. You may not understand it while you're on your knees, but one day you'll look back and realize that the fall was necessary. It awakened something powerful inside you that comfort never could. Rising after a fall requires courage, the courage to face your pain, to learn from it, and to keep moving even when the path isn't clear. It's not about bouncing back quickly. It's about rising with purpose. It's about saying, "This hurt me, but it won't break me." I may have fallen, but I am not finished. Each rise adds another layer of strength, another chapter of resilience to your story. You are not defined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you rise. Comfort is the silent killer of potential. It feels safe. It feels familiar, but it slowly steals away your hunger, your fire, and your dreams. The truth is, nothing extraordinary is ever created inside a comfort zone. Every person who has achieved greatness has had to step into the unknown, to take risks, to face fear, to push through uncertainty. Growth only happens when you challenge your limits, when you do the things that scare you, when you refuse to settle for less than what you're capable of. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort. They choose routine over risk, security over growth, and in doing so, they trade their dreams for comfort. But the problem with comfort is that it doesn't last. Over time, it turns into regret, the kind that whispers, "What if I had tried? What if I had been brave enough?" True growth demands that you let go of what feels easy and step into what feels necessary. You must be willing to stretch yourself beyond what you think you can handle. Every great transformation begins the moment you walk away from comfort. It's in the early mornings when you'd rather sleep, in the long nights when you keep pushing even though no one is watching, in the moments of doubt when you choose to keep believing. Discomfort is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. It's the fire that forges strength, discipline, and courage. Without it, your potential stays buried. With it, you evolve into someone unrecognizable, stronger, wiser, unstoppable. When you step outside your comfort zone, fear will show up. It will whisper reasons to quit. It will make you question your ability. But remember, fear isn't a sign you're on the wrong path. It's proof that you're growing. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. The more you embrace discomfort, the more you expand your limits. What once felt impossible becomes normal, and what was once your limit becomes your starting point. Being your authentic self is one of the most powerful acts of courage you can ever commit to. In a world that constantly tries to mold you into something else, to fit in, to follow trends, to meet expectations, it takes strength to stand tall and say, "This is who I am." Authenticity is not about perfection, it's about truth. It's about embracing your flaws, your story, your emotions, and still believing that you are enough. When you live authentically, you unlock a power that cannot be copied because no one else in the world can be you. So many people lose themselves trying to become what others want. They hide their dreams out of fear of judgment. They silence their voice to avoid criticism, and they wear masks just to feel accepted. But every time you hide who you truly are, a part of your light fades. The world doesn't need another imitation. It needs your originality. The very things that make you different are the things that make you valuable. Your uniqueness is your power. Authenticity doesn't mean being accepted by everyone. It means being true to yourself, even if no one applauds. It means standing firm in your beliefs, following your own path, and trusting your intuition even when others doubt it. When you are authentic, you attract people, opportunities, and energy that align with your truth. You stop chasing validation and start creating purpose. True success comes from living in alignment with your heart. It's when your thoughts, your words, and your actions all move in the same direction. Your direction. That's when you feel unstoppable. The moment you stop pretending and start embracing your truth, your confidence grows, your energy changes, and your purpose becomes clear. You were never meant to fit in, you were meant to stand out. Pain is one of life's greatest teachers. It doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to shape you, to refine you, to prepare you for something greater than you can see in the moment. Every struggle, every heartbreak, every disappointment carries within it a message. A lesson that is meant to push you closer to your purpose. The problem is, most people run from pain. They try to numb it, hide it, or pretend it doesn't exist. But true growth happens when you stop running and start listening to what your pain is trying to teach you. When life hurts, it's easy to ask, why me? But the real question should be, what is this trying to teach me? Because pain always has a purpose. It builds strength in places where weakness once lived. It teaches empathy, patience, and resilience. It forces you to slow down, to reflect, and to find meaning in your journey. The truth is, pain exposes who you really are. Turning pain into purpose means refusing to let your suffering go to waste. It means using your experiences to lift others, to inspire change, and to move forward with wisdom. The very thing that once hurt you can become the reason someone else doesn't give up. Your scars can become someone else's hope. When you channel your pain into something meaningful, you take control of your story. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as a warrior who turned adversity into advantage. Taking action is the point where dreams begin to breathe, where ideas turn into reality, and where belief transforms into achievement. You can have vision, talent, and passion, but without action, none of it will ever come alive. Too many people wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect level of confidence. But there will never be a perfect time. Every second you wait, fear grows stronger and opportunity fades a little more. Action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. You don't need to have everything figured out before you start. You just need the courage to begin. The path becomes clear as you walk it. Every small step builds momentum, and that momentum turns into power. The more you act, the more you learn, the stronger you grow. Waiting only delays your destiny. Action, even imperfect action, brings you closer to it. Many people underestimate the power of starting small. They think they need to make giant leaps to change their lives. But greatness is built on daily discipline, on the quiet decision to show up, to keep moving, to keep building even when no one is watching. Those small steps may seem insignificant today, but one day you'll look back and realize they were the foundation of everything you became. The truth is, you already have enough strength, enough wisdom, and enough potential to take the next step. Stop overthinking and start moving. The world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards execution. The dream in your heart is waiting for your action. The time is not tomorrow, it's now. Every second you hesitate is a moment of greatness slipping away. Act today, because action is the spark that awakens destiny. Greatness is not something you stumble upon, it's something you awaken. One choice, one action, one belief at a time. You were never meant to live an average life. You were created with strength, vision, and purpose far greater than you realize. The fire within you is waiting to be ignited, waiting for you to believe, to rise, to push, and to act. The journey won't be easy. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when the weight feels too heavy, when giving up seems easier than continuing. But remember this: every time you rise, every time you keep going despite the pain, every time you choose growth over comfort, you are becoming the person you were destined to be. The world doesn't need another person who fits in. It needs someone who stands out. Someone who dares to live boldly, love deeply, and chase purpose relentlessly. That someone is you. The greatness within you is not asleep. It's waiting for your courage to awaken it. So, step forward with faith, with passion, and with power. Your time is now. Your story is still being written. Don't let fear hold the pen. Write it with strength, with purpose, and with heart. Because when you awaken the greatness within, you don't just change your life, you inspire the world to do the same.